I really don't know what to say. I'm at a loss, absolute loss. It's almost like watching a family member go into self-destruct mode, because that's just how it feels. You know, I'm watching this club that, overachieved and overachieved for a while, get into a Champions League final, you know, and we can't, you know, if we're honest, you know, luckily, you know, we rode our luck a bit to get there. But we've just fallen into disarray. It's just painful to watch. And it makes you wonder what the hell is going on in the background. You know, we've freshened up the squad with a couple of new additions. I get that. But we are miles away. Miles away. And if you can't motivate yourself for a North London derby, which at the end of the day is one of the biggest derbies around, you know, it's up there for me with you know, with the best of them. You know, we all hate each other, you know, we've all got our reasons, we've got history, all that kind of stuff, right? And if you can't get up for that, then you've got no place playing football. You've got no place in this game. And even if you can't motivate yourself, that's the manager's job, right? That's what he should be doing. You know, I just find it unbelievable that players can turn up and just go through the motions and not feel the pain of it. Because for fans, you know, it's painful. It's really, really painful. And, you know, you see this, and we, you know, listen, we all laugh at other fans when they're going through it. There'll be Arsenal fans laughing at me, I'm sure. And, you know, that's their right. You know, I've got no problem with it. But, you know, you see fans, you know, desperately upset, desperately want their club to do well. And, you know, as football fans, you know, tribal football fans, we go to games week in, week out. You know, lots of them go home and away if you're lucky enough, and I count myself lucky having a season ticket, being able to go when I want to home games. But a lot of fans, you know, they look at that, they think about that all week. You know, they're preparing for the game. It's a big thing, getting to see their mates, meeting up, having a beer and a sing-song. Like I say, it's not, I've said this before, it's not just about the 90 minutes. But a result like that can ruin your whole weekend, right? Luckily, it's on a Sunday, so we're all back to work on a Monday, so we're all pissed off on Monday anyway. But, I mean, the point is, it's not just about this one result, though, is it? You know, it's about the whole season. Even the games when we were, you know, unbeaten, blah, blah, blah. But we knew we weren't playing well. And we were lucky to be where we were. And it's lucky that we got off to a good start. Otherwise, things could be a lot worse, you know? So, I don't know what to say. I can't analyse it. I can't rationalise it or anything, to be honest with you. I'm just desperately fed up with how poor we are. Not just as a team, but as a club. You know, it's just like, it's going nowhere. We're in decline. You know, we'll have the best stadium in the Championship at this rate, you know, and it's just so painful to watch. And, you know, with all due respect to Nuno, right, and let's be honest, right, did we ever really think he was the right man for the job? You know, the club didn't even think he was the right man for the job. They didn't recruit him and bring him in. They got rid of Mourinho. You know, we're all glad to see the back of, generally speaking. But then, you know, you're bringing in no one even near Mourinho's level. You know, unfortunately, you know, if you're gonna shop in the basement, then you're going to get basement results. You know, Nuno did all right at Wolves. Yeah, he did. You know, but that's Wolves. It's just, I just don't get it. I just don't get what's going on in the background. I don't get what this Paratici's doing. I don't get what Itchin's doing. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. And I'm at a loss. But things need to pick up pretty soon, because if they don't, you know, Nuno's going to find himself out on his ear roll, and then we're going to be in a situation of another new manager coming in midway through a season trying to pick up the pieces, and we'll just go from bad to worse. But there is something definitely wrong with these players in terms of their commitment, their passion, their interest, and I don't know how you overcome that. You know, it'd be amazing if you could just be around it to understand what's going through and what's being said. You know, we saw it a little bit in the Amazon documentary, you know, but it only shows you the bits they want you to see. But could you imagine actually being there and seeing after the game how these guys feel about it? You know, it's a place of work, it's just a job, blah blah blah. But in professional sport, it can't be just a job. You have to have a passion for it, right? You have to want something out of it. But if you can't put your heart and soul into one of the biggest games of the season, albeit just a normal Premier League game, then you've got no right to be there. You've got no right to play for this club. And the days of players running through brick walls clearly are going. But if Arsenal's players can get up for it and want to win and want to put their all into it, and they do it every season, and I call this out every season, you can throw your form out of the window when it comes for a derby, right? Because generally speaking, it's about the team that wants it the most, who really wants to win, who really has the passion and the drive to get there. And these players just ain't showing it, you know, and they are, you know, and that's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. If I turned up to work and put no effort into it and just did the basics, you'd soon get found out. And unfortunately, these guys are getting found out, and that worries me. It worries me on where we're going and how long it's going to take us to get there, and even what direction we're taking, because it just seems to be all over the place. A bit like me, I'm just rambling, just calling out my feelings as they come into my head, but I'm just, disgusted with the owners. I'm disgusted with the players and the coaching team. I don't know what they're doing, because they clearly ain't getting through. It's like a bunch of headless chickens running around and don't know what their tactics are or their positions are or anything. But it's the lack of heart that kills you the most. You know, if they could actually be a fan for the day and feel what it feels like to see your team capitulate and show no desire, maybe they'd think a different way. Maybe these guys are just too closeted, caught up in their own little bubble, and it don't mean nothing. I don't know. But as I keep saying, we'll be back for the next game, and the next game will be another opportunity for it to turn around. But it's going to have to turn around soon. Up the Spurs.